Hello everyone, my name is Kai Convery. I was made in China and then I went to the United States when I was 6 years old. I then graduated from UCLA in 2017 with a degree in Communication Studies and Entrepreneurship. I am currently the community manager for the School of Mentors entrepreneurship community, and today I wanted to share this amazing book that I've been studying for the past 2 years that has given me so much peace. It's helped me completely master my mind and my internal state, and it's been giving me amazing return on investment in business, in health, and in my personal life, in my relationships. So, yeah, I've been a Buddhist practitioner for about 7 years, starting with the How to Love booklet by Zen Master Thich Nhat Hanh. It gave me so much peace, so I really just dove into the Buddhist path from then on. And I've also been a Vipassana meditator for 7 years, and I've been studying the Diamond Sutra for 2 years now, nonstop, and I'm also writing my own commentary on it. But for now, I wanted to record this so that this is out there for you, for the world, because there's so much amazing information in this text that I feel that very few people are explaining in a clear and concise way. So I'm going to try to tackle this for you because it's brought me so much peace. So without any further ado, let's get into the Diamond Cutter Sutra, a commentary by Dzogchen Master Khenpo Sodarge. Yeah, so this text is called the Diamond Sutra, the Diamond Cutter Sutra, the diamond that cuts through illusions. And what it does, the wisdom in this book, helps to cut through all of our false perceptions of reality. And when the false is cut away and only the real and true remains, and you're living based off of these universal truths and not on false assumptions or false perspectives or false perceptions, your life is going to get better and better. So, yeah, let's get into it. The Diamond Cutter Sutra. Here we go. A commentary by Dzogchen Master Khenpo Sodarge. Preface. Many people fail to understand that all their sufferings come from various attachments. So the Buddha said that attachment is the root cause of all suffering. Attachment to what? It's attachment to our views and our perspectives, to our dogma. So, yeah, that is what it is. Many people fail to understand that all their sufferings come from various attachments. How to dispel this attachment? The Buddha Dharma offers the most supreme pith instructions and skillful means for this. Pith just means it's short and sweet and effective. So let's continue. With the Buddha Dharma, which is the experiential truth of reality that was explored and discovered by the Buddha, with the Buddha Dharma, even though attachment remains, it is possible to get over difficulties more easily without going to extremes. A lot of the times in life, myself and I've seen other people, we have to hit real rock bottom before we make changes in our lives. There has to be some drastic event or happening that happens before we make changes. With this book, you can start making changes before you hit rock bottom. And then it concludes with, then the sky becomes more open and vast. And what I've experienced from studying this book is that I feel lighter and lighter. I feel calmer and calmer. I feel more stable, more steady. It just feels amazing. The wisdom that cuts diamonds. The life of every individual is full of changes and fluctuations of happiness, anger, sorrow, and joy. All these seem truly existent, but if you study the Diamond Cutter Sutra, you will realize that this is not the true essence of life. Life's essence lies only in cutting the attachment toward all phenomena and realizing that there has never been anything such as an I. So let's break this down a bit. Basically, the life of every individual is full of changes. We feel happy, we feel angry, we feel sad, we feel joyful. All of these seem truly existent. But if you study the Diamond Cutter Sutra, you'll realize that it's not existent in the truest sense of the word. Actually, what the word wants to imply, that is not how it is. I'll explain more in just a bit, I promise. And life's essence lies only in cutting attachment toward all phenomena and realizing that there has never been anything such as an I. So this is the emptiness teaching that is introduced by the Buddhist school. It's very high-level Buddhism. It's Mahayana Buddhism. And sometimes it's even Vajrayana Buddhism. And basically, it teaches that there is no self-existent, persisting self that can be clung to as like, this is me, this is eternally me, this is a me that never changes, this is a me that exists in a vacuum, exists in an island, and this is me and only me and will never change. Buddha proposes that there actually is no like you or me that persists eternally like that. Everything is always changing. And everything has causes and conditions that has led to how it is in the current moment, but this current moment is always changing as well. So let's continue on. Attachment is the only root cause of all our suffering. Even if our attachment is as small as the tip of a needle, it can still cause us unending distress. No matter what you are attached to, once you get it, you are afraid of losing it. Once you do lose it, your heart is broken. If there were no attachment, then what suffering would you have? Whether Buddhist or not, many people like to say that they are giving up attachment and that they have come to think that all phenomena are emptiness, so there is no need to attach to vice or virtue. So a lot of people think like, oh, I understand emptiness. Nothing exists, so it doesn't matter what I do. That's actually completely false. Emptiness does not mean nothingness, okay? Emptiness does not mean nothingness. Here, I'll continue in the book. Since they are unable to discern what to adopt and what to abandon, they behave unscrupulously. Ironically, when they fall into this trap, they end up with the worst attachment, the horrendous attachment to emptiness. And it's not actually an attachment to emptiness, it's the mistaken understanding of emptiness as nothingness. Again, emptiness does not mean nothingness, okay? That is like number one you have to understand. The Buddha taught this seemingly paradoxical truth. It is better to have attachment as gigantic as Mount Meru to existence than attachment as tiny as a mustard seed to non-existence. So Mount Meru, Mount Sumeru, this is a famous mountain in Buddhist lore. And the Buddha is saying it's so much better to be attached to the concept of existence than it is to the concept of non-existence. So how do we destroy attachment appropriately without being led astray? The Diamond Cutter Sutra explains that although at the ultimate level nothing exists, and even the concepts of vice and virtue are indeed just another attachment, nevertheless, at the conventional level, all phenomena still appear, and in that dreamlike, illusory reality, the law of cause and effect is inerrant. So if we do not want to suffer at the relative level, we have to give up vice and adopt virtue. So he's saying that at the ultimate level, nothing exists. but it's not saying that there is non-existence, okay? Don't mistake nothing exists for something non-exists, okay? There's a very subtle and slight difference. Saying something does not exist just negates its existence, but it is not a positive assertion of its non-existence, okay? So it's subtle. I'm going to hammer this point on early and often, but a lot of people fall into it. If I say this does not truly exist as its own self-existent entity, a lot of people will think, oh, it non-exists. But look, nothing can non-exist. It's impossible for anything to enter the state of non-existence, okay? Even the word non-existent exists, so it's impossible. It's impossible for anything to non-exist. So let's continue from that on. The law of cause and effect is inerrant, which means the law of cause and effect will always play and always is true and will always hold true. So if we don't want to suffer, we have to give up the bad things that we do and start cultivating good habits. Before recognizing the nature of mind, we must hold on to things that are virtuous and right. Like a boat, they can help us cross a river. So until we reach the other shore, it makes no sense to give them up. Otherwise, if we throw away the boat in the middle of the river, what is going to happen? The answer is obvious. Even if you do not understand the meaning of this sutra, its blessings and benefits are there. When hardship, illness, or misfortune befall you, just transcribing or chanting this sutra once can help immensely. Merely keeping a copy of this sutra in your house or carrying one around with you can pacify all sorts of calamities and bring immense auspiciousness, just like a Buddha stupa. By all accounts, the merit of the Diamond Cutter Sutra is inconceivable. People who are fortunate enough to see it, hear it, or touch it will swiftly cut off the root of suffering and reach the other shore of everlasting peace and happiness. It works for everyone, no matter whether you believe in Buddhism or not. Sadarge, Larungar Surtar. So guys, that is the preface of the Diamond Cutter Sutra, and I am so happy that you're joining me on this journey. Couple points to sum up. Let me just go through. Attachment is the root cause of all suffering. Let me go. Do not mistake the concept of emptiness for nothingness. They don't equate, okay? And let's see what else. Yep, the law of cause and effect is always in play. And let me see. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Again, oh yeah, last thing. Even the word non-existence itself exists in a relative sense, okay? So non-existence is absolutely impossible. So steer away from nihilism. Steer clear of that, all right? Don't believe in that. It's impossible. Even the word non-exist or non-existent exists, so it's impossible. Just get out of that way of thinking completely. And I'm going to explain what emptiness is to you in the coming sections. So thank you for checking out this preface. That was the preface to the Diamond Cutter Sutra. And next, we're going to go through the introduction. So thanks.